A fine romance, my friend, this is. They think we're like a couple of hot tomatoes, but we're as cold as yesterday's mashed potatoes. A fine romance with no wrestling. A fine romance with no nestling. We might as well play bridge with our maiden aunts. Love hasn't got a chance. This is a fine romance. Please.
No.
Oh, please, Helen.
No.
Please.
No.
Oh,
And it's no good shutting yourself in the cupboard.
I wasn't going to. I was just thinking about when we were children, that's all. Now, I remember you crying your little eyes out when you thought there was no such person as Father Christmas.
Yes, and that very evening he spoke to me down the chimney, didn't he?
I could have got killed getting onto that roof.
You got spanked.
Yes, I did. But there you are, you see, it all goes to show that I'm willing to risk life and limb for the dreams of my little sister. Now, that same little sister refuses to take me to the dentist.
I'm just not prepared to get involved in a brawl, and that's the end of it.
It wasn't a brawl.
A very fair semblance.
I lost my nerve.
You always lose your nerve when you go to the dentist.
Well, I can't help being afraid.
Yes, I know, and I sympathise. It's just that I think you need somebody with more authority than me. How about Mike?
No.
Why not?
Because he thinks of me as a fairy together sort of person.
Are you sure?
Yes. And I don't want him to see me all silly.
Well, he's got to find out sometime or other.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Oh, please, Helen.
No!
Well, when you have children of your own and they stop believing in Father Christmas, don't expect old Aunt Laura to come calling down the chimney, that's all.
Mike's doing a smashing job with that turf. You never think it came in separate bits.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah. You know, I can get quite interested in gardening. Well, looking at gardening. Who's for a sherry?
Oh, thanks, Phil. It's nice to know there's a drop of human kindness left in the world.
She wants me to take her to the dentist's.
Oh, no.
Oh, thanks.
Did you see the bruises on her arm last time?
I only clung on tightly.
Nearly pulled it off. Why don't you ask Mike to take you?
But why should everybody say Mike?
Why, he's the obvious choice. He's a sensible sort of bloke, and you and he are,
Nobody ever knows the right word, do they?
What word do you use?
We don't. When you're not in the first flush of youth, you don't, do you?
I think lovers is a nice word.
So do I.
You can't go around introducing someone to your lover, can you?
Frienders?
Look, we are getting off the subject. And the subject we are getting off is who is going to take me to the dentist tomorrow?
I will. I'll take you.
It's so irrational, isn't it? So stupid.
No, we're all frightened of something, aren't we?
What are you frightened of?
Avalanches.
Avalanches down Fulham View.
No, not many. 21, 2019. Come on, it'll be all right.
Look, this isn't me. I look like me and I sound like me, but it's not me.
posh, isn't it?
Yes, I come privately because after they dealt with me, I like to pay them personally.
You'll soon be out
You're
now.
out now.
You're hurting my hand.
Sorry.
Now then, Mrs. Meadowcroft, twice a day, and don't forget the floss. See you at the same time next week. Mrs. Coleman, we are ready for you. Thank you. I mean, good afternoon.
A puncture in the stomach last time.
Well, not when she came to call you.
No, in there. They pump you full of stuff, it makes no difference. There'll be a child in a minute. A smiling, unafraid child. I hate them.
There's something else I'm frightened of.
Oh, what's that?
Hot fat.
Hot fat. Have you ever been burned by hot fat?
No?
No. Not very rational, your fears, are they?
Is yours?
Mine's totally rational. They make hurt me terribly in there, and the pain's going to mix with the fear, and something will go wrong, and I shall probably die.
And somebody will probably throw hot fat all over me in here.
Mike. If something does go wrong...
No,
I'd
stop
like you
it,
to
stop
stop
it.
it. Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
It's better. No,
Go!
Sorry. Distract me.
What?
Distract me.
Well, how?
Well, I don't know. Not like that.
Well, like what?
Well, I don't know.
Very well.
What are you doing?
I'm going to recite Charge of the Light Brigade. And I'm going to stand on my head whilst I'm doing it. Half a league, half a league, half a league onwards. Into the valley of gentlemen. You're probably wondering what I'm doing down out here.
No, not at all. Miss Dalton, we are ready for you.
Are you?
Yes, come along.
Yes, come along. You will take great care of her, won't you?
Oh, of course. There's absolutely nothing to be frightened of.
Goodbye, Mike.
Goodbye, Laura.
Goodbye, Mike.
Goodbye, Laura.
Goodbye, Mike.
Goodbye, Laura.
Sorry to have been so long.
Why? What's the matter? What's happened?
Nothing. It was just a little filling.
How many?
One.
Yes, but she...
Yes, I know.
Oh, she is all right, isn't she?
Yes, of course. She's a little bit woozy. Mr. John had to give her rather a full dose. She has been resting, but it's getting rather late now. And we would like to go home. That is, if you think you can manage.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll look after her.
Well, would you like me to call you a taxi?
No. I've got the van outside.
I'll bring her in then. That's it. Nice and slowly. Yes. There you are. Here's your
Friend.
friend.
Lover.
Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Is this the...
Oh, yes. She's coming down now.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Laura.
She'll be very tired very soon.
Does she have to come back at all?
Not for a very long time.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Laura. Thank you.
I'll show you out.
No.
We've got to get in a van and go home.
No, let's go home.
That's a good idea.
naughty you are.
I'm the devil.
You naughty little devil.
There.
There.
Now then. Is there anywhere you'd like to go before you go to bed?
Yes, Torquay.
No, not tonight.
I know a dog with one ear in Torquay. He could hear perfectly with his one ear.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Yes.
Now, in you get. No.
No.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Don't go.
No, I'm not going.
Stay.
I am staying. Just let's get you in first.
I'll be there by midnight.
Where?
Torquay. His name was Harold.
The dog.
Yes. Harold Dog.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you're a little devil.
No. Just you get into bed.
Yes, Michael.
Now, will you do as you're told? Come on. Stop messing about.
You know what I want to do now?
Yeah, let's go to Torquay to see Harold the dog.
No. Come here and I'll whisper. Shh. Oh, you're a little devil, you are. I always feel like crying after eating one of your dinners.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
You know it wasn't. It's just the thought of destroying something so perfect.
Well, there was a bribe, actually.
Oh, well, I'm bribed. What do you want?
Well, we wondered if you'd house sit for us this weekend.
House sit?
Yes, well, Phil's got to go to Dieppe for the weekend, and just in case he harboured any thoughts of taking his secretary with him, I thought I'd go along too, and we'd Dieppe together, so to speak.
Oh, I see.
We'll bring you back a clove of garlic or something.
Yeah, well, why not? Just give me a key and I'll pop around a couple of times.
No, we meant, would you actually move in for the weekend?
It's burglars, you see. Helen worries.
Phil worries.
Well, we worry. But if you were staying here...
Both of us?
Yes, of course, both of you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to bring round.
He wouldn't. It's all here, the stuff.
Well, I thought I might do a bit of work this weekend.
Where?
Well, I thought I'd finish off your lawn.
Having just outside the window, I'd have thought that was quite convenient.
Oh, yes, there is that.
Please, Laura.
Well,
No, forget it. We're pressuring them.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Look, we'll go into the kitchen, and you two can talk it over, OK?
Anyway, I'm sure we could find someone else.
I'm sure we couldn't.
what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm not too keen. Other people's houses. I'm always afraid I'll damage the cistern. Well, strange loos never seem to work for me. I usually finish up on the seat, fiddling about with the cistern.
We can't really say no, though, can we?
No, I suppose not.
Look, Mike, she's my sister. You don't have to stay here.
No. I couldn't leave you alone in a strange house.
Well, you can bring us a bottle of wine, some cheese as well.
I knew you'd say yes.
Yes, I knew you knew. And all that for a little sister who wouldn't even take me to the dentist on Monday.
Oh, I never did ask you. How did you get on?
Well, I don't think they want me back.
She wasn't all that bad.
What did she do afterwards? She didn't want to learn to play the banjo, did she?
Well, there's nothing to tell. You were just a bit high-spirited, that's all.
I salute you in the name of France. And how's the cognac?
Oh, whilst I think about it, could you tell me where the stopcock is?
If I want to know where the stopcock cock is full.
Well, I might have to turn the water off at some time.
All right, I'll show you.
He's got a thing about cisterns. Have a lovely weekend, anyway.
Yeah.
And don't forget the cheese. It's nice and squashy.
Okay. Thanks, Laura. See you Monday.
Bye, Phil.
For this evening.
Oh, Helen.
How sweet, thanks. All right, you look a bit tense.
No. It's just going to be funny being with Mike in a strange house.
Oh, I find that rather exciting.
Would you?
Well, not with Mike. I didn't mean to sound like that. Well, you know what I mean. Actually, I find strange bedrooms rather sexy.
Hey, come on, Fifi.
All right, Jean-Pierre. See what I mean?
Well, if we won't let you in when you get back, you'll know you're right. Go on.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Paris loves lovers. For lovers, it's heaven above.
They've gone to Dieppe.
Dieppe loves lovers. For lovers, it's heaven above.
I think I'll have a cigar.
You don't smoke?
Oh, the odd one, you know. Special occasion. They don't draw very well, these, do they?
Aren't you meant to cut the end off?
Oh, that's good thinking. Yes, well, I think I'll save that for another time.
Paris.
For someone who feels uncomfortable in strange houses, you seem almost proprietorial.
Ah, it's a nice house. It's an easy sort of house. Would you like another brandy?
Oh, thank you.
I think I may.
You've already had 3.
Oh, who's counting?
I am.
You're rather schoolmarmish tonight.
Well, we're supposed to be looking after this house.
Well, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to whiz around with a vacuum cleaner? Or perhaps I could rent a couple of Dobermans and patrol the garden all night.
Don't be silly.
All right. They're good, these, aren't they?
Yeah, terrific when you're trying to work.
Ah, they work. Nice sheets on the bed.
What?
Oh, nice colour. Warm. Oh, sort of colour of leaves on a Japanese cherry tree. I wonder what colour you call that.
Brown.
Yes, brown.
Now look. There's a film on television.
An old one?
Yes. 1944, The Enchanted Cottage.
Good.
Half an hour yet. Would you like to watch show jumping?
No, I would not like to watch show
I'm sorry, Mike. I've no excuse. It's just this strange house. I'm not very good at playing away from home. Not a very well-chosen expression, is it?
Shame we didn't come straight from the dentist.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, well, if you must know, afterwards you were very...
What?
Well, all right, you were very sexy.
Oh, I see.
I mean, you weren't like you at all. No, I didn't mean to
Perhaps
say...
I should arrange another visit to the dentist. Or perhaps I could get high on a couple of rennies.
No, I meant funny sexy.
Fine. Throw in a paper hat and a red nose as well.
I knew you'd get it wrong if I told you. No, all I'm saying is that simply, under the influence of whatever they gave you at the dentist afterwards, before you flaked out, you were rather frisky.
Like a horse?
For goodness sake, I am not advocating the use of artificial stimulants as a route to high passion.
Why not? They seem to work for you.
I fail to grasp your implication.
Well, strange house, brown sheets, a couple of brandies, and you start behaving like a second-rate Rudolph Valentino.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
Not at all. Well, I'm going off to bed to watch the film.
Well, I don't fancy that.
Well, you don't have to. There's not a television in the spare room. Good night.
Circles around the planks and comes up now before he turns back for the start for Derek's final round. He could do with a good maxim here just to finish up. His scores so far 38, 38, a 33, another 38, and the last round is 38.
Good evening. I am the Sheikh. You haven't seen a couple of camels pass through here, have you?
Oh, that was crafty.
Catch them while they're laughing, that's my motto.
Oh, it was a cheap crack, Mike.
Yeah, so it's mine.
I met yours. So was mine. I'm glad you galloped up the corridor.
Oh, still got my slippers on. Yeah, so am I.
Is the horse all right?
Yes, I parked him in the spare bedroom.
Have you locked up?
Yes.
Didn't leave a cigar burning?
No, I couldn't even get it to work. Let's watch the film.
You sure?
Yeah, if I don't like it, I can always nod off.
Another late-night movie, The Enchanted Cottage, with Robert Young and Dorothy McGuire. This film is the story of two people, Oliver and Laura, awkward to the world, who find a special beauty in each other when they spend the weekend in an enchanted cottage.
Hello, Ollie.
A fine romance with no pinches. They think we're like a couple of hot tomatoes, but we're as cold as yesterday's mashed potatoes. A fine romance with no wrestling. A fine romance with no nestling. We two are just as prickly as cactus plants. Love hasn't got a chance. This is a fine romance. A fine romance with no kisses. A fine romance, my friend, this is. They think we're like a couple of hot tomatoes, This is a fine romance.
Helen!
Hello. Can't stay.
Oh, thanks for coming. Ta-ra.
For long, I mean. Oh, you're working.
No, any excuse to get away from that.
What is it?
A novel.
Well, you always said a novel was a translator's dream.
Not this one. It's about a man who loses his soul in a plastics factory.
Does he find it again?
Dunno. He's still agonizing. He's been agonizing for the last 80 pages.
Well, cheer up. Phil and I thought we'd eat out tonight. Would you and Mike like to come along?
Oh, no thanks. Coffee?
No, thanks. Why not?
Well, I don't exactly know what Mike's doing this evening.
Well, ask him.
I may not be able to. Glass of wine?
No, thank you. Well, would you like me to write out an invitation and then you can hand it to him?
No, it's not that. I just may not be seeing Mike this evening. I haven't seen him for 2-3 days.
You haven't had a row?
No. It's just that sometimes I don't see him. He kind of goes walkabout.
Like an Aborigine?
Yes, not with a spear, but it's an approximation, I suppose.
What does he use for an outback? Richmond Park?
No. He doesn't go anywhere. He just doesn't come here. Well, he just feels cooped up. I mean, it is a small flat.
It's cosy.
Yes, cosy, but small. I know Mike thinks it because sometimes he prowls about.
Not on all fours.
No, not on all fours.
Sorry. Go on.
Well, it's just that if there are two of you here and one gets bored with what the other one's doing, there's nowhere for the other one to go.
Well, you can always go for a walk round the window box.
You're in a frightfully silly mood today.
Yes.
You're pregnant?
I think I might be.
Oh, Helen! Oh, why on earth didn't you tell me?
I just did.
Yes, but before you let me go on about French novels and Mike prowling around and... Oh, how soon will you know?
Well, I'm seeing the doctor tomorrow.
Oh, is Phil pleased? What did he say? Did he give you a cigar?
Well, I haven't told him yet.
Why ever not?
Well, I want to wait till I'm absolutely sure.
Oh, I would.
Yes, I know you would. You'd have it on news at 10.
Aunt Laura. I can't knit.
I know that.
Oh, Aunt Laura. Oh, no, it sounds as if I wear hairy suits and Lyle stockings.
Doesn't.
Auntie Laura.
Yes!
Oh, no, that sounds like some old dear who lives in the country.
Uncle Laura?
Well, we'll think of something. Oh, Helen. Oh, I'm so pleased.
Well, fingers crossed. Anyway, I must go.
Oh.
Now, what about tonight?
Well, I'd like to come.
Then come. We'll pick you up at 8, and if your Aborigine hasn't arrived by then, we'll leave him a note.
Okay.
Oh, and one thing. Don't say a word to Phil.
Not,
No.
No. Okay. Oh.
Three Campari sodas. One for you, signora. One for you, signora. Prego. And one for you.
Grazie.
Are you ready to order yet?
No, we may be expecting Rolf Harris. We'll give you another 10 minutes.
Rolf Harris. Molto bene. A toro bravo. You call me when you are ready. Signora?
Phil.
Well, restaurants love celebrities.
Mike doesn't even look like Rolf Harris.
Yeah, well, the name's... During that time when we tried to get into the restaurant after the ballet, I said I was Wayne Sleep in Lucky Shop.
Didn't dance, did you?
No, I just kept looking as though I might. What?
Oh, there's Mike. Mike!
Ah, buonasera, signor.
Hello.
Hello, Mike.
I got your note.
Glad you could come.
Evening, sport. We need another chair.
Okay, on. Excuse me. Is it all right if I... So, what are we celebrating?
Nothing. We're just having dinner.
Oh, well, anyway, it's on me.
No, it's not. We invited you.
No, I insist. I've just had some good news.
Buonasera, Signor Harris. Benvenuto nel ristorante mio. What will you have to drink?
What good news?
I'll tell you in a minute. I'll just have one of those.
One Campari soda. Very good, Signor Harris. You know, Signor Harris, you look much younger without your beard.
What good news?
What's he talking about?
Oh, he thinks you're Rolf Harris.
What, why?
I said you were.
Why?
He's being silly. Look, what good news?
Well, I don't look a bit like Rolf Harris.
Now look what you've started.
Well, it's all in the mind, Mike. I mean, I don't look a lot like Wayne Sleep, do I?
Who?
Look, if you
Wait.
don't stop, I'm going to get up on this table and scream.
One Campari soda just for you, Signor Harris. Dalla casa is on the house.
No.
Signor Harris, please, you give me your autograph.
I'm not Rolf Harris.
Not Rolf Harris. Signor Harris, it's for my little daughter.
Sign it. Sign it.
Grazie, molto grazie, Signor Harris.
What good news?
What did you sign, Mike?
Rolf Harris. Oh, I've just remembered who that Wayne Sleep is. He's that ballet dancer.
I warned you. Well, I'm just going to keep one foot on this chair.
Signor Harris, is something wrong?
No, everything's fine, thank you.
Just rehearsing.
Una prova, sì. Io comprendere.
I'm sorry, it's all his fault.
Well?
Well, the good news.
Yes.
Well, it's all a bit of an anticlimax now, really.
Just tell it.
Yeah, well, it's the business. It's something I'm not used to. I'm in the profit. I mean, I'm in the black, that's all.
Celebrazione! Signor Harris, are you doing a big show?
Well, one mustn't say too much.
Sì, capisco. Are you ready to order yet?
No, don't let's order yet. I can't listen properly when I'm eating.
Well, let's have another drink then.
Oh, we'll all be smashed.
Doesn't matter.
No hurry. 4 more Campari sodas. You know, Signor Harris, you are not so curly as you look.
Oh, what a lovely day this is turning out to be. First?
First what?
Well, first. And now you.
There's profit, Mike. You're going to reimburse?
You need a new van. You need some new clothes.
I need some new socks.
Not think you're very big, is it?
Oh, well, let's keep it in proportion. Subway landscape gardening, you know, not ICR.
The difference is you've done it yourself.
Oh, I don't know about that. But I've already decided what I want to do most.
4 Campari sodas.
See?
Grazie. Okay. Signor Harris, please, for the chef's little girl. Molto grazie, signor Harris.
Well?
I'm sorry about that. Does that constitute forgery?
Look, what have you decided?
What? Well, yeah. It's a bit awkward, really. Well, it's rather rude.
You decided to do something rude.
No, it's just that I wanted to tell Laura first on our own.
Oh, well, we'll go over to the other table. That's all right.
Now, look, this is ridiculous. Look, we're having dinner together. Mike can tell me afterwards.
Yes, that's a much better idea. I'll tell you afterwards.
No, actually, there is something that I'd like to tell Phil privately.
Well. What do we do? Whisper?
This is tough. I'll tell you what. Helen and I will go over to that table. Then we can whisper over there.
There.
And you can whisper over here. Then we've all finished whispering what we've all got to whisper. We can come back here. And presumably we can all tell each other what we're
We're whispering about it. Come on, let's go.
Senor Harris.
Oh,
La rehearsal.
Rehearsal, yeah.
Rehearsal.
Well, here we are then.
yes,
Hadn't you better start?
yes, but it needs words, you see, and sometimes I can't find the right words to say.
Well, try.
I hope you're going to react like that.
You're not going to tell me you're pregnant, are you? Oh, you think so?
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Just right for kids, those two.
Yes.
How's your whispering going?
We've not started yet.
Well, we've been seeing quite a lot of one another recently.
Yes.
I mean, quite a lot.
Yes.
And I thought, well, that now that that I was making a profit at last.
Yes.
Well, no, we ought to put it on a more sort of permanent
basis, yes.
In a way.
Way, yes.
Well, the thing is, I've seen a very nice flat. It's a big flat, big enough for two people to live in, and I think we ought to live in it.
Let's go and tell him. We're going to have a baby.
I think Mike's just proposed. I wish you'd stop smirking.
I can't help it. Fancy thinking I'd proposed.
Fancy.
Expect we shall laugh about it one day.
Let's do it now.
Look, it's not my fault you got hold of the wrong end of the stick.
I don't mind being made to look a fool. I look a fool quite often. It's being made to look an utter and complete fool I mind.
Well, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. You should have let me finish what I was going to say.
It took about 3 hours to get that far.
Well, that wasn't my fault, was it? I had to sign all those autographs.
Rolls Harris. Well, thank goodness we got it all cleared up before the waiter came back. He seemed very pleased with that drawing you did for him.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
What was it meant to be?
A kangaroo.
Oh.
About this flat.
Now, look, Mike, I honestly don't see the point. I mean, we're practically living together as it is.
Yes, but I thought we might move to bigger premises.
You make us sound like a factory.
But it is a bit small, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't.
Well, it never is at first. The more you get used to someone, the more room you seem to use.
Oh, we're not giants.
Well, we're not pygmies either.
It's always been perfectly big enough for me.
Well, come round and see it anyway. See what you think.
When?
Tomorrow, after work.
Okay.
Good. Are we living together tonight?
You don't have to ask.
I do, as long as it's your flat I'm living in.
When you park the van round the back, you rather preempt the question.
No,
Oh, you noticed that, did you?
I'm quick.
What would you have said had I asked you to...
Now, what kind of a question is that?
Well, why, academic.
It's rather late at night for an academic question.
Oh, I'm just curious.
Okay. No. I'd have said no.
Oh.
I've got an academic question for you.
Oh, yes, what's that?
What would you have said if I'd said yes?
My boy Bill will be tall and as tough as a tree. Will he?
He won't, you know.
I don't care if he's short and fat.
Phil. He won't be anything.
What?
There isn't a Bill. It was a false alarm.
Oh, love. You didn't see the doctor till tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yes, just disappointed. And don't you dare say never mind.
What I was going to.
Never mind.
I think I'll go and ring Laura, get her to come round.
Why?
Because she's your sister, she's a woman.
What's that got to do with anything?
Oh, I suppose I thought she'd know what to do.
Listen, when I am pregnant and there are 10-foot snowdrifts and the car won't start and the ambulance men are on strike, then Laura might know what to do. All she'd do now is to get upset and make me upset. Anyway, she and Mike are looking at her flat tonight. She needs her mind clear. Actually, you know, I think we'd have a girl first.
Then Bill.
Yes.
Well, what do you think?
Well, if it's unfurnished, what are they doing here?
Fixtures and fitting. What do you think?
Well, it has possibilities.
Yes, that's what I said.
What the estate agent says, too.
Oh, good. We're all agreed on that, then. Nice big windows?
Don't think much of the view.
Rather nice. Bit of green, flowers.
In between the gravestones.
Well, at least the neighbours won't be noisy. Oh, it's a good-sized kitchen, too. Nice working surfaces.
I didn't know you were interested in working surfaces.
Oh, only in an academic sense.
Don't think much of the sink.
No, I'll change that. What do you think?
Is that working? I want to phone Helen.
Why? Can't you make her own mind up?
No, she's been to the doctor's. I want to find out how she goes on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello? Hello? Phil? Laura? What does it feel like to be an Oh, I'm sorry. How'd she feel? Or perhaps I could pop round. No, it's no trouble. I'll come round. Bye. False alarm.
What?
What a horrible expression that is.
Oh, what a shame. Still. Oh, where are you going?
Going to see Helen.
But what about the flat?
Well, I can't think about that now.
Oh, but you must think about it now. We're first, but there's a queue. And if we don't make up our minds, well, then somebody else might take it.
What a callous thing to say. You think a flat's more important than a baby?
But there is no baby.
Oh, well, if you hold human life that cheaply...
Oh, now, what are you talking about? It's a shame, that's all. It's a shame. But Phil and Helen are young. They'll have thousands of babies if they want. You know what you're doing, don't you? You're making this an excuse to wriggle out of making a decision.
Oh, really?
Am I?
Yes?
I don't like the sink.
You already said that.
I insist on going halves with the rent.
You'll have to. I can't afford it on my own.
Oh, sorry. It's only me. Mr. Selden. Any decision from you and your...
Mr. Bell, no, we're still musing.
Well, musing is fine. I like to think that I muse as much as the next man, but time and tide...
Tide waits for no man.
Yes, exactly. So... See, the thing is, I've got Mr. and Mrs. Swallow downstairs in the back of the metro, and they're all terribly excited.
Well, just give us a few more minutes, Mr. Bell.
Yes, very well, but you must see my point of view. I mean, if you're going to say no, I can't afford to let the Swallows become agitated.
Well,
Highly strung couple, are they?
No, quite. Just a few more minutes, please.
Right.
Well, you heard what he said. Can't afford to let the Swallows become agitated.
Well, blow the Swallows. I'm the one who's been asked to rush into a decision.
What rush?
A couple of minutes, you said.
Well, no, not literally. We can hang it out to about another 10.
Oh, terrific.
Well, in any case, you have the whole day to think about the principle of the thing and a good hour to look around the flat, and you're still humming an hour.
Well, I'm an hour as long as I like.
Until we lose the flat. And then somebody else will take it. And then you won't have any decision to make, which is probably what you wanted all along.
Where are you going?
I'm going to unagitate the Swallow.
No.
You mean you want us to take it?
What do you think?
Oh, I've told you what I think. It's a big flat. It's big enough for 2 people to live in it. Well, why shouldn't we be the 2 people?
Supposing we get on each other's nerves?
Well, that wouldn't be the flat's fault. We get on each other's nerves anyway.
I'm getting on your nerves now, aren't I?
Yes, you are, as a matter of fact.
Now, how are we doing?
We're getting on each other's nerves.
Oh. Still, what couple doesn't from time to time? My own good lady, you know, as a matter of fact, has this habit of... But I digress. The thing is, I must have a decision. You see, the Swallows have become adamant.
They fairly zip through the old emotions, don't they?
Yes, I might say that you appear to be doing the same thing. Oh, dear. The Swallows are hooting now. Look, I'm sorry, but I must have a decision, yes or no.
Yes.
No.
Sorry?
Yes. You said no.
No.
What you did?
Well, it's just the way I speak. I mean to say yes, and out comes no.
Yes, I see. Well, are you sure?
Yes.
Fine. Well, if you'd like to pop back to the office when you're ready, and we'll sign the necessary papers. In the meantime, I'd better go and mollify the Swallows. Oh, and I do hope that you'll be very happy here. And never give much credence to jinxes myself.
What jinx? What jinx?
What jinx? The last 2 or 3 couples have moved in and out rather quickly. Not to the cemetery.
Well, that's something.
Well, there's nothing like crossing the old Rubicon to get the adrenaline flowing, is there?
I think we'd better go and sign those papers before we change our minds.
Yeah, I'll change the sink.
Good.
How do you feel?
Scared. And you?
Oh, well, I've had longer to think about it than you.
True.
Petrified.
Romance with no
we're like a couple of hot tomatoes. But we're as cold as yesterday's mashed potatoes. Fine romance with no wrestling. A fine romance with no nestling. We two are just as prickly as cactus plants. Love hasn't got a chance. This is a fine romance.